Hello friends, welcome to BISP Solutions. So let's continue our session on Oracle Fusion Accounts Receivable application. So what we are going to learn is today we are going to have a session on refunds in Oracle Fusion. Okay. So today we'll discuss refunds in Oracle Fusion Finance, and our focus will be on problem solving. So I'll walk you through a scenario and how to handle refunds easily. So let's discuss the scenario. So now let's discuss the scenario of refund in Oracle Fusion Finance. Let's move to our Excel sheet and we'll have some scenario, and we'll have problem solving, problem statement and scenario. So the scenario is, imagine a company received an extra payment from a customer by mistake. This is a scenario. A company received extra payment from a customer by mistake. Now the company needs to return this extra money. Now this process is called refund, everyone knows. But the problem statement is that your customer, suppose ABC Corporation, accidentally paid $500 more than they should have on an invoice. Now we need to issue a refund for the excess amount. Got it? So now our customer has paid extra amount to us, and now we are going to issue a refund process of that excess amount. So how to solve the problem? First of all, we will find the transaction. Okay, first we'll go to the receivable module and we'll look for the transaction we made. Then we'll go to the navigation, then we'll go to the receivable, receipts, manage receipts, we'll search our transaction, then we will create a refund. All those process we are going to see. So let's move to our instance. So now you know the scenario. First of all, what we have to do, we have to set a minimum refund amount. That minimum, if this amount is there, then only refund process will be proceed, otherwise no refund. So first we'll go in our instance and we'll set a minimum refund in the system option. This is mandatory task. So let's move to our instance and we'll search for, go to our project, search for our project. And here we are going to search the task that is manage receivable system. Manage receivable system option. First we have to check whether we have any activity regarding receivables, regarding refund in the system. If it will not there, then we will create. If it is there, then I'll show you how to make it. Search for our business unit. APL business unit, search, select, and go for edit. Under this will go in cash processing, and there you will see we have a minimum refund amount we do not have, so we have to put a minimum refund amount. Suppose I am giving $10 as a minimum refund amount. If the amount is $10, then we are going to refund. If it is less than 10 amount, then we are not going to. So minimum criteria we are setting. Only this criteria we have to say set, and now save and close. So we have the refund amount minimum $10. Now save and close. And now the another task is we have to set we have set a minimum refund amount. Now we have to set a approval limit. Set a approval limit. Who is going to approve? But first of all, we need to know that we cannot, from this user, we cannot give any approval permission from our user. So for that we have to log out and then log in from different user, and then we will provide this user a approval limit. So move to instance, click on done, and log out. Go to sign out. This is another user. I'm logging. Okay, let me try from another user. Now it should log in. we have logged in from KC Brown. Now we'll give some permission to our user. For there we have to, for giving the permission, this is for giving the permission, we have to go for the universal search, setup and maintenance, and here you see the task list, and here click on search, and in this search we will type manage approval limits. This is the task. We'll click on it and say create. Select our user, APL, the document type here we are going to choose is credit memo. And why we are going to choose the credit memo? Because whenever you perform sales return in auto management application, automatically system would create credit memo in the receivables. In the same way, when we perform supplier return in P2P, system create debit memo to reduce the amount. So that is why we are going to create the credit memo here. Yeah, it is refund, but we have to choose credit memo in this refund. Now credit memo, the currency would be USD. Minimum approval amount we are not giving, and maximum we can give $5,000 APL. So we have given the permission to our user. Now all the mandatory fields done. Save and close. Done. Now what we'll do, now we have to log in from our user. Say we cannot give permission to us by our user. Okay, we cannot give permission to us, no, by us. So we are going to now sign out and we'll log in from our user. So now we have logged in with our user, and now we'll go to our project to see we have any receivable activities like refund or not. So go to our project, setup and maintenance, click on task list, manage implementation project, click on our project is there or not, otherwise search from overview. EPL, and in the task list we are going to search manage receivables manage receivable activities. We have so many. We have this one, manage receivable activities. Click on go to task. So now we'll search in our BU whether we are having any receivable task. If not, then we will create. So I'm going to search my view. So we have adjustment, reversal, write off, reversal, we do not have any refund activity, friends. So what we are going to do, we are going to create the refund activity. Just check once. Yeah, we do not have. So click on this create icon and select our business unit, type APL, click on tab and give the name APL refund. The source is activity GL account. Okay, it's the tax rate code. Now select the account. So for account we are going to select let me type refund. We have a refund, click on OK. So we have created one activity related to our project, related to our account. Click on OK. And now we are going to create the transaction and we will see the refund process. So now we are going to create the transaction. After that we are going to create the receipt. So the transaction we will set of $500 and the receipt amount we are going to have $600. So now what criteria I am going to set, since this is a refund process, so I'll create a transaction of $500 and a receipt of $600. So this is going to our criteria. So we'll see what will happen of this remaining $100. So now let's see. Go to our project, click on save and close. We have set. Now save and close and go to navigator, go to receivable workbench and go to billing section and the task list, create transaction. So select the business unit, transaction class would be invoice and business unit would be APL and the source would be APL invoice. Transaction type is also APL invoice. The transaction number, now select the name of the customer, APL, search APL customer, click on OK. And give the line amount. Description is mandatory, so you can give service or good, and quantity 1 and the amount is $500. So we are going to work on this criteria. So transaction of $500 and receipt of $600 and we'll refund $100. So go to resume the application, click somewhere so that amount will appear here. Okay. Now we'll complete and close this transaction and we will note the transaction number. So our transaction number is 1001. Write it down. Transaction number. Now go to project and we'll create the receipt. For that, go to navigator and receivable workbench. In that, account receivable. Create receipt of $600. This is a standard invoice and we have a business unit. A method would be check. Receipt number we can give 1200 1200. Receipt number. Then enter the amount $600. Name of the customer. Bill customer. Site is not mandatory. Now you see the options are not here. When I'll go and click submit and apply manually, now you see the options have come. So we'll go and we'll add our transaction number, our transaction receipt here. Remove this business unit and customer, otherwise your transaction will not appear here. Everything you remove and just type the transaction number. Transaction number. So our transaction number was 1001. So search. Yeah, this is our select the transaction number. See, our transaction amount was 500, but receipt amount is $600. At done, and you see the entered amount is $600, total applied amount is $500, unapplied amount is $100. Now we are going to perform the refund process. Transaction number is this. Receipt number is, we have given I think 1200, so we have already noted the 1200. Okay, now so save and close. Now we are going to perform the refund process. Okay, so now a refund process for $100. Go to receivable workbench, go to account receivable, task list, and you see friends, here it is written remittance, receipt remittance, create a receipt remittance batch. So now we are going to create the batch for refund process. Select the business unit, APL, receipt class, SPL manual, method by check, and the bank whatever we already came. Now we'll add the receipt. You see here receipt number, receipt, so we'll add the receipt. Click on it, and we'll search with the receipt number, nothing else. All we will remove. We'll search with the receipt number. So we have 1200, I think receipt number is 1200. Yeah, so let's search with the receipt. Select, apply, and done. So now receipt is added. You see receipt is added here. Now we'll save and close. And batch number 1001. Okay, receipt batches, receipt remittance and batches. Even though we'll not use this, but if somewhere we'll stuck, we'll try with this remittance batch. So now click on OK. Once again go to the account receivable. Okay, let me show you. Go to navigator, once again go to account receivable, and go to task list. Here we will manage this receipt remittance, manage receipt remittance batch. Click on it. Now we'll see which remittance batch has created. We are going to check it. Select the business unit, batch number. With the batch number we can search. We have a batch number, completed creation. We'll click on approve. Click on Now we'll go to manage receipt and see the what is the status of what is the remit status. Account receivable, manage receipt remittance batch, and completed approval. So now it is showing completed approval. So now after performing this step, now we are going to perform the refund. Until and unless this process shows us completed approval, we cannot perform the refund. So now we are going to perform the refund process. Let me go to account receivable and manage receipt. Let me show my manage receipt, and here I'll search with the receipt number. The receipt number was 1200. It is remitted, so we have this is not ours, so this is ours. So now it is remitted. So when it shows remitted, that means we are ready to perform the refund process. So for that we will click on our receipt number, okay. Now you see, friend, observe, when I'll go on action, go to more, you see this option has come, issue refund. But now we are not going to issue it. Just I'm showing you. First we have to check the AP period is open or not. If AP period is not open, then we will open and then we will perform this issue refund. So for that we'll go to navigator. And we'll see the AP period is open or not. For that we have to perform we have to go to payables, invoice. See, from receivable we have to come to payables to check the accounting period. So let me check the accounting period, and APL US. So we have the open period. Yes, we have opening period, so we can perform the refund process. So now you have understood how to perform the refund process. Now I'll show you to perform the refund process. Once again, go to receivable, account receivable, and manage receipt. Search with our receipt number, that is 1200. Search it, click on the receipt number and go to action. Click on more, and now issue refund. Click on save application action and more and issue refund. What it is saying? Active receivable activity. I guess 2-3 times we have performed, that is why a receivable activity we have performed for this. We have in the beginning we have started this session with the receivable activities, then why it is not showing? So like this, if you sometimes it shows the technical error, it's okay. Now when you click on action and click on more, and when you apply issue refund, the refund will be processed, nothing else. Simply you have to stop here, you have to click on issue refund, and then the message will come here. In this transaction the message will come that the issue, that the refund is processed, and it will give you the application reference number. So this is how we can perform the refund, friends. Now save and close. Click on done. And our next task is, so our next task is write off. What is this write off? Let's discuss, we have a time. So our next topic is write off. What is this write off? I'm just explaining. We'll have some problem statement, and then we will have the scenario. So in Oracle Fusion, let's start with the problem solving approach to make it easy to understand. The scenario is, let's say a customer of XYZ Limited owes you $200 on an old invoice. After multiple attempts to collect the payment, you realize the customer is not going to pay this amount. So customer is not going to pay $200 to us. We realized finally. So the company decides to write off this uncollectible amount from their books, so that this amount should not appear in the system. So now we are going to perform the write off. Now let's discuss the problem statement also. So how do you write off an uncollectible amount of $200 from XYZ Limited in Oracle Fusion? So we can solve the problem while performing the navigation. So we'll locate the outstanding invoice, we'll initiate the write off process, we'll set the write off amount, that is $200. So we have write off amount of $200. So now we are going to remove this $200 from the system. This is called write off. So let's move to the instance. So same we have to perform in the write off. First we will configure limit option. Once again we have to set the limit. We'll set the limit. We'll set limit. Then we will set the approval limit. Who will approve this? Just we have performed in the previous activity. We have like this we are going to perform this approval, and then we will create receivable activity for this. Create receivable activity. So these three configuration we have to do. So let's move. So now what we are going to create, we will create transaction of $200. Okay, and we will receive let's say $205, and we will write off and we will write off $5. Got it, friend? So there's a difference in these two of $5, so we'll write off this $5. So for that, from our user we'll go to the instance. I'll go to project, setup and maintenance, go to our project, we'll go to our project, APL, go to our project and perform receivable activity. System, it is actually system. Manage receivable system options. Go to task. We'll select the same process we did earlier. We have to perform the same process. We'll search and we search our BU and we'll see any receivable activity related to a write-off is there or not. If it is not there, we will create. If it is there, I'll show you how to create. Select business unit and edit. Go to cash processing. And we have a write-off limit. We have already, if we do not have, we would have given the data. Okay, we would have given the limit per receipt. So here it is already there. If it is not there, you can give here whatever value you want to give. So now let me increase the amount. Now because I have given the limit 1000, so let me increase the amount here. So here I'll increase the amount by $2000. And I'll create here so we'll create the write-off now. Now let's perform the activity in the system. Yeah, 1. So you see the write-off limit per receipt is 1 and this is 1000 we have set. Now let's move to the instance. We'll close it. We'll save and close. So we know that approval limit, our next activities we have to set the approval limit, but we know that we cannot give approval limit from this user. So what we have to do, we have to sign out from this user and we have to log in with a different user, and then we will give the permission. So I'll give go to project, setup and maintenance, go to search. Here you type manage approval limit. Manage approval limits will create, search our username, APL, click on OK. So document type we are going to perform the receipt write-off. The currency would be USD. Minimum approval amount we can give. Okay, it is saying that we have already created a receipt write-off here. Okay, so if it is already there, I'll show you from creating another user. So let me create with another user, that is abc.xyz, write-off USD, minimum amount can be 1 and maximum is 50. But this XYZ we do not have ID password, so just I'll show you how to perform. So like this you will set your business unit, your username, your document type, this is receipt of currency, and minimum approval amount and the maximum approval amount, that is 50. Okay, so now when you save and close, abc.xyz, click on done and sign in with our user. Sign out and sign in with our user. So we have login. Now we'll go to our project, setup and maintenance, and manage implementation project, and click on overview. This is over EPM. and here we'll search manage receivable activity. And we will find that we have one activity already performed here, that is first let me search. So we have a write off activity here already, that is why it was not able allowing us to create, you see, reset write off we have already here. So now what I'm going to show you, this is already here. If it is not there, we would have managed the task that just performed, and now since it is there, we'll save and close. Or let me try to create another activity if system allows us. The same business unit, APL and APL write off to the account we can choose. If value I can search, I'll search the value direct. We have only one, we do not have a write off, that is why we have to take this on account receipt. Click on OK. Save and close. So now we have another receivable activity we are going to perform. So now this task we are going to perform, we are going to, so this is pending now, transaction and receipt creation. These two tasks are pending. And write off. So this is pending, write off also pending. So this we are going to perform tomorrow, since we are running out of time. So this we are going to perform tomorrow. Once again I will explain from the starting, and then we'll move to the write off. So for today, thank you so much for joining this webinar, friends. Let's meet tomorrow.